Hello and welcome back. Today I want to talk about vision boards. And this is going to be a vision board specific to a cancer journey, not a vision board to manifest a house or a car. So there is a time and a place for that. That is just not in this video. This is about healing. I'm going to share my vision board that I created for my recovery on my double mastectomy surgery. And also we're gonna make a vision board together so I can show you how I layer everything on. Let's talk for a second about what a vision board is. I'm not discussing on this channel, like I mentioned before, the typical vision board. I am a big fan of vision boards. I've been using vision boards for 20 years and I have really created some amazing stuff in my life because of them. So I am a big fan. I think a vision board is a visual reminder of what it is that we want, because so often in life we are focused on and thinking about the things that we do not want. For me, a vision board is also a physical. It's something that you can physically touch. A lot of times we're dealing with things that haven't happened yet, or we're dealing with feelings, and that's kind of sometimes feels intangible. So a vision board puts it into the physical plane. It's a wonderful way to work through, especially emotions and things that you can't touch, you can't feel it. I'm going to start by showing you the vision board that I made for my actual surgery, my recovery from my double mastectomy and deep flap reconstruction. And this is something that I had hanging in my bedroom. It was something I could see in my peripheral vision all the time. It was the thing that I looked at every time I was getting in or out of bed. It was just very much present and something that kind of served as a positive trigger for me for especially those first few weeks after surgery. So let's take a look at the board I made together. There's a couple of themes present here. I started with 5 words that described how I wanted to feel during the next few months. My words were safe, supported, self-love, positive attitude, and fun future. So let's talk about the words that I picked and how I represented them visually on my board. My first word was safe, because honestly, I was terrified. This was the biggest surgery I've ever had, the biggest medical event in my entire life. I had elements on this board that triggered the feeling of safety. I had the top doctors. I picked all the top doctors in my state. I was putting myself in hands I could trust. I truly had an incredible care team. And I was going to be a deep flap success story. There's plenty of deep flap horror stories out there, and I wanted to be one of the success stories. My surgeon always greeted me with "Go team," like at every single appointment, the day of surgery, while I was in the hospital. And I love this because he's just constantly reminding me that we're a team and we're going to get through this together. You'll see I have a one and done sticker on here. I was told several times that a one and done surgery just was not an option for me, and that there would be several surgeries and several recoveries, and I just would not accept that. I wanted a one and done surgery, and one surgery, one recovery, and that kind of became my mantra. One and done, one and done. And believe it or not, I actually came very close to having that happen. I was scheduled for tissue expanders for a year before I could do a deep flap because my awesome surgeon was booked out a whole year. And wouldn't you know it, he ended up having an unexpected opening in his schedule that I slid right into. And I was able to have the immediate deep flap right after the mastectomy. So ultimately, my one and done came through. My next word was self-love. This is a challenging surgery mentally for any woman, and I had some damage from past radiation. I had no idea what I was going to look like when I woke up from surgery. There was still the possibility of tissue expanders. There was a possibility of going flat if I didn't have the blood flow needed for the deep flap at the time. So no matter what happened, when I woke up, I was going to have unconditional self-love and acceptance. There's a lot of images on here that remind me that no matter what I looked like post-surgery, I was going to love myself. My body's always going to have a scar from this. There's parts of me that are never going to look the same. And I'm bound and determined to love every inch of those flaws. I'm healthy, I'm alive, and I'm perfect in my own broken way. It's time to shine. And having a positive attitude is generally where I shine, and this is no exception. I was going to be full of good vibes because I know that's a much better state for my body to heal. Every doctor I talked to told me that the people that do the best are the ones that have the best attitude, and that's exactly who I wanted to be. Because it would be way too easy to play the victim here, and I wanted to be the hero in this story. My next word is support, because some things we just cannot do alone, and this is one of them. I created an incredible support system that flowed to me on autopilot every day. Being able to ask for support when you really need it and knowing what support looks like to you is huge. I got really clear on those two things, and I was lifted up and loved by so many people, and I am so grateful for that today. I'm going to make an entire video discussing what I did and how I did it. It might even be one of the most important things I had to share with you. Another word was fun future, which I think is really important when you're going through something challenging, is to be focused on something fun and exciting in your future. And I had a Hawaii trip scheduled for October. I had my surgery in March. So I spent a lot of time looking at this vision board and seeing the palm tree and the aloha. And it just reminded me that I have something really fun in my future. And sometimes I would even just close my eyes and visualize my toes in the sand on the beach in Hawaii. And it brought me so much comfort and peace. As you can see from what I'm sharing with you here is that this board is full of triggers that remind me of how I want to feel and what I want to think about. Keeping focus on what I want definitely made this journey more peaceful. So let's create a vision board together. The vision board that I'm going to create for us today is a vision board that is kind of reflective of this channel and what I want to do with it. I want to have a channel that loves and supports women going through breast cancer and talks about positive triggers and things that they can do to potentially help have a little better attitude through all of this, because attitude is so important in any kind of a healing journey. So I've laid out some supplies here. Let's look at these real quick. You're going to see I have a couple different piles of things that I've cut out of magazines or stuff I've even cut out of junk mail or things I've ripped out of a calendar. You can see a calendar page in there. I also have the poster board. So you can use basically anything as your foundation for the vision board. I really like these poster boards that are pre-cut. You can also get the larger size and fold them in half and cut them yourself, but I tend to buy the ones that are pre-cut and ready to go. And I have a pile of stickers because you can never have too many stickers. And I have scissors and a couple different options for tape or adhesives, and I am a big fan of the tape runner, which you will see me using as we start putting this together. So let's get started on a base layer. As you can see here, I'm just kind of putting big pictures, mostly nature. There's this woman, right? That's exactly what this vision board is all about. She's just sharing her love with the world. That's what I want to do. Then you can see I'm also just places in nature. I'm a Colorado girl, so pictures of the mountains always soothe me. Most of this is going to get covered up. We're just kind of creating a layered effect. It gives it a little bit more texture and visual appeal. Now that we've completed our base layer, let's start adding the more exciting elements. So you can see right here, I'm just adding the different women, right? That's what this vision board for me is all about, the women that I want to help. All these women have donated their appearance on my vision board just by being in a business ad in a magazine somewhere. So I've got all these different women. You can see I'm just kind of layering this on. I'd like to eventually create retreats in the Colorado Rocky Mountains for women going through any kind of, cancer journey, really, who's just getting a place for emotional support and emotional healing, because this is a very challenging journey. So it's all about lifting up the spirits of others. And you see some stuff about retreats here and the book that I'm writing, which is basically what this video, all these videos, this whole channel is basically a chapter of every book of the book that I've written here. So in closing, this is just one more positive trigger, one more positive tool that I will talk about on this channel. Just an opportunity for you to kind of keep your hands and your mind busy while you're creating the vision board, and then a powerful tool that can really kind of help reset your mind and help you shift into a more mentally empowering place during your recovery and your journey. Thanks for spending some time with me today. I look forward to seeing you on the next video. May you find some peace in your journey. If you enjoyed this video today, please like the video below. And if you would like to be notified of future videos as they're released, please subscribe to this channel. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video.